Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I am going to do a message here in this little series of messages during the midweek that I'm referring to as the politics of Caesar. I know I'm going to get into big trouble with this message. My response to that is honestly, oh well, because I can't remain silent. I want to be clear about where I stand on things and why my colleagues will not be willing to have the backbone and courage to have to take a stance of where they are with things with this present administration and our society. I don't get it. I don't want to upset people or lose half the congregation. I don't want to be a divisive voice. You know what? Sometimes you got to take a stance. And if you're a divisive voice, you're a divisive voice. You've got to be true to your calling and your faith. And of course, you have to make that decision what that means. But for me, it means standing up for what is right. And if people get PO'd, if they leave the church over it, if they want me defrocked or whatever, then so be it. So be it. I can't live with myself without standing up for what I believe is right and doing it in a way sometimes it's just in your face. Jesus did the exact same thing. All right. He wasn't above labeling people. He wasn't above being divisive on occasion when he had to. And I don't want, to remain silent any more than I need to be. And I hope don't ever have to be silent about something. I saw the church in the 30s, right, in Nazi Germany. Maybe they felt like they couldn't take sides, or the people were upset, with the economy, and they wanted the old Germany back, and they permitted the Nazis to take more and more control. Their heart was in the right place, and blah, 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 blah. I'm sorry, the church remains silent. We're not learning from history. And I wish my colleagues would grow a little backbone. But that's my take on it. Okay. So, whatever. And that's my response too. So here we go. If you're still listening. I do want to thank Reverend Wendell Griffin. He is a Southern Baptist minister in Arkansas, and many of his thoughts and words I am sinking into. I'm going to sync up with him. I appreciate his insights, being an attorney. In fact, he's wanting to run for judge in a county there in Arkansas this year. So good luck, Reverend Griffin, on that, because I believe, you're spot on with where your heart is. And sometimes we just have to say it as it is. The United States has been taken over by a white supremacist, sociopathic fascist, and his gangster, capitalist, hateful, pseudo-religious cult of bigots. This is what we should be talking about, okay? But are we? We should be talking about this fascist every day, everywhere, in pool halls and in beauty salons, in barbershops, in parks, at family reunions, at class reunions. We should be talking about it in churches and in mosques, temples, and prayer meetings, on every talk show and in every meeting, civic clubs, fraternal groups, and veteran organizations. We should be talking about how a white supremacist fascist regime is brazenly operating in real time in a nation that calls itself the land of the free and the home of the brave, while other elected officials and religious bigots and gangster capitalists are enabling it, cheering it on, consorting with it, and following all over themselves to profit from it. Many of them all upset about Cracker Barrel changing its logo. Come on, really? A barrel and an old man and a logo, and you're all upset about it? Get over yourself. We should be talking to each other about how a white supremacist sociopath invaded and is occupying Los Angeles and Washington, D.C. right now, and how he openly plans to militarily invade and occupy Chicago, Baltimore, and New York City, and other places where he doesn't, surprise, surprise, have a political voting majority, and where he doesn't have complicit politicians. We should be talking about how the white supremacist sociopath idiot and his morally incompetent cabinets are ordering members of the U.S. military and other federal agencies to violate their oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States from all enemies, including the plainly domestic enemy named Donald Trump. We should be talking about the constitutional and moral duty every officer and enlisted member of the military, every civil servant, every elected official, and every local, state, and federal official, and every public employee has to disobey the unconstitutional orders by Donald Trump and his fascist lackeys. We should be talking about how Trump's behavior is not only fascist, racist, and unconstitutional and cruel, but his behavior is also quite maniacal. We should be discussing the unmistakable lunacy of the U.S. sociopathic idiot-in-chief. We should be talking... I just can't take him seriously, though. I have no respect for him. We should be talking about resistance to him, demonstrations, peaceful confrontations, how to stand up and denounce what this administration is doing. Okay. We should be reminding people that John Roberts led the Supreme Court to give Trump a blank check in 2024 when it made him absolutely immune from criminal prosecution. We should be talking about how Democrats and Republicans in the House and Senate should be caucusing to protect our democracy, and not doing so, what do we intend to do about it? We should be talking about how the House should be drafting articles of impeachment and aren't doing so, and what do we intend to do about it? We should be talking about how Vice President J.D. Vance and Cabinet Secretary should be initiating the process that is set out in the 25th Amendment to declare Donald Trump mentally disabled. And they aren't doing it, well, because they are complicit in and enabling Trump's sociopathic idiocy and unconstitutional behavior. We should be talking about what the Congress should be doing about all of this, and what we will do because of their feckless duplicity and complicity. We should be talking about the members of the House and Senate and the neo-Confederate governors who are cooperating with MAGA fascism, white supremacy, and bigotry by sending National Guard troops to places Trump wants them to intimidate local civilian elected officials and their populations. We should be talking about how the Constitution of the United States is being openly violated, subverted, and disregarded by Trump and his administration, and how Trump and his lackeys have threatened federal judges for saying so in numerous court rulings. We should be talking about the unrighteous preachers and other pseudo-religious people who are cheering, counseling, and courting Trump for engaging in such lunacy, and about the cult of people who follow them. We should be talking about this today, tomorrow, and every other day until we free ourselves from this evil regime. No other nation's going to free us. No other nation will come to our aid or defense. It's time for we, the people, to talk about this fascist tyranny and get rid of it. This is our moral and our patriotic duty to one another, our national heritage, and to our posterity. And it has everything to do with our faith and what it means to follow Jesus. Amen.